morning. Basically, this video is about how to be a minimalist in the cosmetic world. That means how to buy cosmetics in a reasonable quantity, basic principles that will help you save money on cosmetics, and that you won't have to hoard a bunch of lipstick and lip gloss and eyeliner and eyeshadow that you just don't ever use. And I actually used to struggle with this, especially back in high school. I remember one day opening up my drawer and I saw all of this makeup and I was like, why do I have all of this here? Yeah, I use makeup, but I don't use any of this. And it clicked for me then that I just can't keep hoarding all of this makeup. You know, you find something cheap and you're like, oh, I'll buy it. This is like $3 or something. I had to do away with that. And it took a lot of self-discipline because when you walk into a CVS, there's makeup everywhere. When you walk into a Walgreens, there's makeup everywhere. If you're walking around the mall and you see Sephora, well, you walk in there. Even Ulta. Ulta is actually one of those really tricky stores for me because they're not too expensive like Sephora, but they're also not cheap like CVS and Walgreens. So walking in there, it's very enticing to start looking around and start being like, oh, I wonder what this is. I wonder what that is. But for the past maybe like 2 or 3 years, I think I've done a pretty good job with staying a minimalist in the makeup realm. And it's really important because you don't want to be one of those hoarders. You don't want to be someone who just buys things and just never uses them. And that definitely happens with makeup if you're not careful. But just to start out, very basic principle is to keep your face clean all the time. That means finding a face wash that fits what type of skin you have and just keep using that. Don't keep switching from face wash to face wash. Because for one thing, that's not very good for your skin. It takes time for your skin to get used to those products, and it's also is a very big waste of money. I used to do that all the time. I started out with St. Ives, and then I switched to Neutrogena, and then just all of these different brands, and now I just have one facial soap. By keeping your face clean all the time, for one thing, you will probably have less breakouts, so you won't have to buy as much foundation. And also what happened with me, because I started to take care of my face more, I actually stopped buying foundation. I think I still have one like little palette of foundation that I might use if I get like a breakout or something, but that hardly even happens anymore. If you don't eat healthy, your face is not gonna look healthy. And that is a basic principle. Eat as much antioxidants as you can. Fruit has a lot of antioxidants in it, vegetables and all of that. And actually, I do eat red meat now, but I make sure not to cook it in bad oils like vegetable oil or canola oil. I mostly use butter or coconut oil to cook it in, so that way my face doesn't break out because of meat like how it used to. And I found out that it wasn't because of the actual meat I'm eating, it was because of what it was cooked in. And another really good basic principle that took me a while to actually get in the habit of thinking about and of actually doing is investing in good makeup. So, okay, I used to not really like the fact that sometimes I had to pay a lot of money for certain eyeshadows and stuff. And so I had to sit down and actually think, okay, what am I going to have to invest in? What do I need that I know will last a long time and will be worth it? So one very good investment that I have made using the right brushes. So if you're gonna invest in a $20 brush set or something versus, I don't know, like a $5 pack of brushes, I would probably invest in the $20 one because it will last a long time. I have had these brushes since senior year of high school. and they're called bamboo brushes, and I remember getting them from somewhere. You could probably get bamboo brushes online. But I remember getting these in high school, and now it's 4.5 years later. And I'm still using them. They haven't fallen out. They look actually in perfectly clean and new condition. I hardly even have to clean them anymore. Because you just like put the eyeliner brush on your hand, and the eyeliner comes right off. And so they're really good brushes that whenever they end up basically starting to get bad, I'm probably going to get the same type. They were a little bit expensive, but they have been totally worth it, and they lasted a long time. Another type of investment, if you know exactly what colors you use for your eyeshadow, if you wear eyeshadow, then I would personally recommend getting the Naked eyeshadow, the Urban Decay Naked eyeshadow. So I have a whole spiel about Urban Decay. I know it's really trendy, and I know that a lot of girls wear Urban Decay, and I mean, I think all of my friends have at least one of those 12 palette of the Urban Decay ones. And it took me a while to buy one because I was not gonna go out spending $60 on eyeshadow that I hardly ever wear. Especially because I like their basics a lot. Their basics are all colors that I use. And they're all very good, mute, nice looking colors, but their bigger palettes are for going out and partying all the time, which I don't actually do that much of. And even if I were to, I probably wouldn't use smoky eyes all that much. I try to keep my makeup to a minimum. And so I figured, okay, well, the Naked 2 Basics, I'm probably gonna use all the time. I took a look at the colors. I made sure to go into Sephora beforehand and open up the palettes and see what I would use and what I wouldn't, because they have different basics palettes. And I was like, okay, this was $30, and so I was like, okay, it's $30. I don't think I've ever paid this much for makeup, but I'm probably gonna use all of these colors. I treated myself and I got this, and I have been using this for about 1.5 years now. The thing is, though, with eyeshadows, I actually don't wear it all that often. I'll put some out whenever me and my husband go out. Maybe like once a month or something. We'll do something a little bit more special, and so I'll probably will use this a little bit more. But they last a while. Even if you're gonna use it like once or twice a week, they'll last a while. It's a good investment, and whenever this runs out, which will probably be in such a long time, I'll probably will like go back and buy the same one. Again, though, I would not recommend that you get the 12 palette unless you know you're gonna use it. You have to realize what you want to invest in. What do you use most of? What do you want to make sure you get a decent brand of? Have your basics, have the ones that you know you always use, and don't fall for all of those ads. This is basically my how to be a minimalist in the cosmetic world. It's difficult because the cosmetic world is not a minimalist world at all. It's like buying clothes or something. There's just so many different types. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this. And if you want me to do more beauty type of videos, you can ask me to. I probably don't have the patience to sit there and put eyeshadow on and like how to this and how to that. But if you guys really want me to, I'll post more. Let me know what you think. Bye, guys!